Listen, I am telling you that
I don't agree.
Politics. Where is good governance?
Everyone is a political animal.
I don't like politics.
But I love political voices.
Political Voices exclusively on Dream FM, 9 o'clock in the morning, Monday to Friday.
Political Voices is live as always every weekday, and this morning our focus is on Wike Vs Umahi, the political rhetorics or reality. Of course, the Ebonyi State Governor is saying that he refused to take issues or join issues with Wike because Wike is his friend. But Wike must know that he is a dictator. Rivers Healthman is telling him, that's referring to Umahi, that your defection will not have any effect on the PDP. Governor Umahi and Nyesom Wike have been exchanging some political banters, as it were, on why Umahi defected. And of course, Umahi is stating why that he left the party. Let's hear a bit from them, starting with Governor David Umahi.
Some people say I was promised this and that. There was no such discussion. APC never promised me any position. They never promised Southeast any position. There was no such discussion. However, I offered this movement as a protest to injustice being done to Southeast by PDP. That since 1998-99, the Southeast people have supported PDP in all elections. At a time, the 5 states were all PDP. And one of the founding members of PDP is from Southeast, the late Vice President, His Excellency Alex Ogbodo. And so it is absurd that since 1998, going to 2023, that Southeast will never be considered to run for presidency under the ticket of PDP. It's very absurd.
Under PDP, the Southeast has been how many times Senate President? Under PDP, the Southeast has been national chairman. Under PDP, Ebonyi became Secretary to Government of Federation. So what is injustice? The only thing is that my friend Umahi, you want to be president. No, there's no problem about that. You have a right to be president. Nobody can stop you. You're educated. You've been a governor for 2 times, so you are qualified to say, I want to be president of Nigeria. But that does not mean that because you want to blackmail your party, to put in the bad light against the people of the Southeast, then you now come up to say that you are leaving the party because of the injustice committed by PDP against the people of Southeast. That's not correct. As far as I know, APC, they've not told us where they are sending their presidential ticket. But assuming they're not conceding, they are sending it to Southeast. What gives you that impression that it's you? PDP has not zoned where to go to. But assuming they're not conceding that you go to the Southeast, what tells you that you will be? So in life, it is important for you to do that. In as much as power is sweet, as power is interesting, your conscience is key to everything you are doing in life.
There you have it. That's the back and forth between Governor David Umahi. In fact, the last 48 hours, the political space has been replete with their communication between and among each other. And we will be dissecting what's going on and how that will affect the events that will shape our political space in the months and years to come. We are joined this morning on Political Voices by Professor Nnamdi Okenwa. He is of the Coal City University. He's a mass communication expert. Good morning to you, sir, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
And we also have in the studio Ebubago Okafo. He's the state coordinator, APC National Coalition for Peace and Mobilization. He makes a comeback within the week to have a second bite at the cherry.
Good morning, Alex, and thank you for having me. And I would like to say a very wonderful good morning to Honorable Tajuddin Sholanke. Adebowale, and also Princess Grace Omonale, who will be listening to me this morning.
It nearly sounded like they were sponsoring the program.
They are special guests. They came down from Lagos for this program.
Yeah. You know, I held my heart when you started talking. I mean, if they were sponsoring it, I would have known. All right, Dr. Desnaja is also here, versatile pundit and former head, political advisory and consultant, neighbor to neighbor Nigeria. Good morning to you, sir, and thanks for joining us on the program.
You know, Bako has not done anything out of the ordinary for APC because they would like their own type of change to speak something from.
All right, wonderful. We have to use our time as in a crisp manner. I'll start with you, Dr. Desnaja. The exit of Governor David Umahi from the PDP, and of course, I'm sure you heard the response of Uche Secondus yesterday. He says that they will not be blackmailed. You know, a lot of things were said, but the long and short is that they will not be blackmailed and they will not join issues with Governor David Umahi. Do you think that the APC, the PDP, actually got the heat from the exit of Governor David Umahi?
Well, the whole drama started a long time ago when it appeared as a rumor. Even when at a particular forum of the governors of the PDP in Port Harcourt, David Umahi appeared late at that particular function, and then Wike announced that Buhari's friend was entering the forum, and then there was a kind of laughter, but Umahi did not take it kindly, so he fired back and told them to mind their businesses, and that he had every reason as a person to respect his leader, and that the leader of the federation is his own personal leader, and that is Muhammadu Buhari. So from then there has always been this suspicion that Mweze Umahi will leave PDP, and when it became a concrete issue in November, and he eventually dumped PDP on Tuesday, and that should be Tuesday is supposed to be what day of the week? I think that should be 17th of November. People were not taken by surprise because he had already made certain pronouncements telling political appointees who would not join him in that defection to leave their offices, to leave the jobs he had given them. And some resigned even before then, like you know about the Commissioner for Intergovernmental Affairs, the former member of the National Assembly, who was the Commissioner for Intergovernmental Affairs in Ebonyi State. He stepped out of the office and then wished the governor well. So what does I say is same? And I believe that what is happening right now is that you have jostlings going on. You recall the pictures were online indicating that certain posters and billboards of David Umahi have been transformed from the PDP colors to APC, which means that the transition has actually taken place. And we expect that before the end of next week, there might be some other people to be sacked because it has about it has up to 3,000 aides who are supposed to be. Now, the issue is this. It's still a face-off as it is in Ebonyi State because some of the appointees are saying they will leave the job and remain with the party that made them. So he's leaving the party is something yet to be made clear based on its expected impact on the strength of PDP in Ebonyi State.
All right. We have to keep it short so we can accommodate other analysts. Professor Nnamdi Okenwa, the exit of Umahi, and some people say it's PDP's loss and APC's gain. From the point of view of someone who's seen Nigerian politics for different decades, are you seeing the same movie with a different title?
Let me put it this way. From my wealth of experience, I could tell you easily that I don't get bothered about what politicians say. I don't get bothered about what they do. I'm more particular about why they do what they do. There must be a reason behind all this. Whether we like it or not, the bottom line of everything that is going on now, whether it's Wike punching Umahi, is everybody's looking at 2023. And the fact is that everybody is anxious of how do I gain. I don't party with politicians, so no way, because they can switch any minute for any justifiable or non-justifiable reason. So you find that whether it's been a long-standing issue, a lot of people have been talking about it, a lot of people have been guessing, almost believing that Umahi's defection will come to be. In fact, I will tell you from what I've been hearing, it came late. It could have come a lot earlier than this. So now that it has come, the fact is this. We were involved in a grand struggle, so to say, for the talk was about Igbo presidency. The question now, what does this add or remove from Igbo presidency? Is it going to be, because you find that if he has now left, the question is he carrying all the Ebonyi people to APC? Which is unlikely. Is he bringing for APC the Southeast people, which perhaps some people might be afraid of? That's another issue. But the fact that at the end of the day, PDP will not have kept quiet because he left. But to say that PDP will crumble because he left is not very true. Parties know how they are built. They know how to handle their structures. There are speculations of those who will join him soon, but it doesn't matter. The equation will set itself out before too long, and we'll know what it is. And politics is a game of numbers.
Okay. All right then. Ebubago Kafo, in that famous Arise interview of 2 days ago, I think, by David Umahi, he was asked whether other people will be joining him, and all he said was that time shall tell, that many more people will be crossing over. Are you confident, too, that a lot other prominent Southeast politicians will still cross over to the APC?
Yes, of course, because we have actually worked for it, and we are still working for it. And the great political tsunami of defection will definitely hit PDP, and irredeemably, PDP will crumble. Let me tell you one thing. Do you know why Wike has been reacting so angrily? It has badly affected his inordinate ambition.
Which is?
Because he wants to be the vice president to Tambuwa. That is it. Wike is the most irritated governor of PDP.
But isn't Wike, is he not within his right to contest for any position he wants?
It is also the right of Umahi to contest for any position of his desires. But the truth of the matter, as I said before, that PDP had an understanding of option of first refusal, which Dave Umahi offered them. He didn't say on the presidency to me. But the fact is that out of the 6 geopolitical zones, 4 or 5 has gotten presidential ticket of PDP. He said, give to the Southeast. Since 1999, 20 years after, zone this presidency to the Southeast. That is what Mwezuma is saying. They said no. He protested because of injustices done to the Igbos. And Wike, because, you know, when you shed human blood, it can misconfuse you. And let me tell you.
Just remember you're on radio.
Yes. Now, when you commit some certain atrocities, it will continue to affect your psychological disposition. Now, get it clear. If you listen to the voices of Umahi and Wike, you will know the sound of their background. Their voices speaks for the correlation of their intakes. You see how can you listen to play that again? You see how the governor is sounding. He's not in the beer parlor. He's not in a hem background. He's in the governor's office, but sounding highly dazed. But the truth of the matter is that a cream of high-profile political leaders in the Southeast shall, remember my word, shall, by the grace of God, move into APC. And that has also heightened the pressure for the 2 political parties. What we are saying, let PDP, let APC zone the presidency to the Southeast. We gave instance in 1999 that it was done to the Southwest. Why shouldn't it be done to the Southeast? Why is Wike so infuriated that Umahi is calling for the zoning of the presidency to the southeast? Why is he so much pissed off about it? Why is he so the most angered person? He said that he's not an Igbo. What concerns him with Igbo affairs? His language will soon find him out. He said that he's not Igbo. Why is he so interested about Igbo matters? A day shall come where he will eat his words. But the truth of the matter is that the defection of Dave Umahi has changed the political pendulum and permutation of political actors.
Let me take it. Let me take it from that political pendulum.
Fine.
Do you agree that it has changed the political pendulum in the southeast?
I am of the southeast. I belong to. I come from an area just about from my own personal house to Dave Umahi's house. It's just about 10 to 15 minutes drive. If those of people like Bagu who throttle fast to get there in 7 minutes. It has not changed anything. You know that Wike did not Dave Umahi did not actually win the governorship because he was personally popular. No, it was because of a kind of incident that happened in PDP within that period when Elechi was governor and he was the deputy. There was the plan then to anoint Dr. Ajamachuku as the governor of Ebonyi State, and there was this parallel primaries, and people like Wike helped Dave Umahi to win the election. So it is not actually going to be an easy ride for him to continue to dominate the party. He would have stepped down in 2018 to try his own personal popularity in 2019. But he did not do that. So what he just tried to do right now is to sit on the fence and begin to say, I am not interested in politics, so that if he comes out to vie for the senatorial seat of that zone and fails, he will say, after all, I said I was not interested. So that's the kind of playing a card. So, man, you don't blame Wike for whatever he's saying. A party that builds a candidate, a party that builds a winner, an occupier of position should be respected. Dave Umahi has not respected PDP. If he actually wants to say that he is speaking the minds of PDP in the southeast, he should not say it alone. In 1999, when the Northern oligarchy, in quotes, decided that the southwest should have the presidency, it was not a one-man show. It was not a Tinubu show. It was not a Ghanaian Adam show. It was not a very fashion show. It was a movement carried out entirely by the people of the Southwest, headed by the OPC. And that was in reaction to what happened to them in 1993 when Mushood Abiola had won the election and people expected him to be inaugurated. But there was that annulment which is still hurting the Nigerian Federation. So this one is a different scenario altogether. Someone just came out. If I am here right now as I'm sitting down and Alexander Ogbodo begins to say that I'm drinking this bottle of water for this Niger, and I hear it, I will say, Alexander Ogbodo, give me my water. So he did not consult me. So I will expect that there should be a town hall meeting, there should be a village meeting, there should be meetings in all the study of the Southeast to say, okay, because PDP is not giving the Southeast what it deserves, we are pulling out a mass, not one man going and asking others to follow him. It doesn't happen that way in politics. It's only in hunting, especially if you know the forest very well. You are the only one who knows the forest. And people do that. In politics, the interests are varied. The interests are people are in politics for different reasons, and they cannot actually begin to bamboozle them with rhetorics of trying to represent the zone. It's not like that.
Professor Nnamdi Okenwa, it looks like you are locked in the middle here because you are the only one without some kind of political history. Yeah. But talk to us about how this is shaping public opinion on issues of politics in the Southeast. Believe it or not, I'm sure that there is perception depending on whose side you are standing on. What's the prevalent perception in the streets in the Southeast over this?
My particular worry about what is going on now is what will be the result at the end. Whether we like it or not, we have two parties in this country, PDP and APC. So, if gradually, like Ibagu want to put it,
yes,
that a lot of people are going to move to the APC group, and then we evolve into a one-party state, that is a disaster for this country. We are tending towards a disaster for this country. If somebody is saying, no, look, I have been marginalized, I have not been treated well, and so I am moving, and I'm encouraging my colleagues to move. If we eventually get to a situation where we end up to be a one-party state, oh, well, we're going to suffer for it. We're going to suffer for it because that's the way it is going. If everybody believes that is where the cake is, that's where the icing is, that's where everybody should come. Call your friends, call your sisters, call your brothers, let's go. That's the place to go. No, that's not how politics is worked out. So you find that people should prepare themselves. And honestly, if the Southeasterners have put down their individuality, they've allowed their individuality to submerge and think in terms of the region. This is what we want. This is what we will gain if we get it. And then we work together as a group. One thing is obvious. It's not just a PDP affair. Even all those in other parties are not working towards a Southeast presidency. No. And somebody has once said that if you want to destroy the Igbos of the Southeast, tell them to pick somebody as a president. They will be all scattered because everybody will want to be a president. So what is happening now is not just marginalization of any group, of any party. The Igbos are gradually dissolving. And when we ever get to a situation where everybody sees only one party to join, then whatever dreams you have will remain as dreams, so to say, dreams that are not realizable.
Not dream FM.
All right.
Okay. Now, you see,
just before you delve into that, I would like you to respond on how these happenings will affect the preparations on the groundwork for the 2023 presidency. A lot of people are saying, all right, it's too early in the day to start discussing on who should emerge and who shouldn't, and which zone should get it. But don't you think that this automatically kicks in some form of calculations and legwork for the 2023 presidency?
This is the best time to start, because inability of Trump to start planning for his lost election dealt a deadly blow with his ambition, and that is a history. And this is why David Umahi began on time. And there are some other people that have started. Even Wike has started earlier. So so this is the appropriate time to start early, because it is commonly said that if you fail to plan, you have planned carefully to fail. So Igbos has never failed this time around. Dave Umahi got it right, and it is going well. Now let me take from Dr. Okenwa what he said. He said that it's very dangerous if we move into one party. When we say Southeast move into APC for the purposes of grabbing the ticket of the presidency or getting it zoned to the Southeast, we are not saying South, all of you join in. We are not saying the South, not Central. So the Igbos will not only be speaking for the entire nation. Igbo should begin to speak for themselves. That's where I get Okenwa, not balancing his opinion. And also, if you remember in 2019, Ohaneze Ndigbo came out boldly and said that Igbos are supporting PDP. And they did that. And if the Pan-Igbo group can say that to PDP, and where's Umahi say, as a person, I'm defecting with my followers, with my political loyalists to PDP. Why should anybody find fault in it? That, you see, sometimes people are not being fair to issues. And another thing again I want us to know is that this defection of Wike Umahi, it has elicited a lot of joy and reducing hysteria by those who think that Igbos will never get it right. Like Onkenwa said that if tell Igbo man to produce a presidency, everybody will, so be it. When Buhari wanted to be the president, Kwankwaso fought for that ticket with him and fought it bitterly. Why Saraki was edged that? Because he was desirous of also being the presidential. Isaiah Nda was also a presidential aspirant of APC. So multitude of the North contested. So if what I'm saying is let APC, and like I expect Dr. Okenwa to say, okay, let PDP, let APC zone the presidencies to the southeast. They are not going there alone. Because, I highly respected Okenwa in this studio today to say also voice out that all the political parties, Igbos has been marginalized. He should accept that. In Nigeria, since 1960,
well,
only
I guess that
6
was
months.
Not the question he was asked.
No, I'm saying so. He should, even if it is not, he should bring the interest of Igbos on front burner. So the fact of the matter is, for today, there is a clear-cut view that the aspiration, that the pressure for Igbo presidency is gathering momentum. The pressure, it is now hitting PDP. That is why Wike is picked.
Is it hitting,
that is why
is
he
it
is
hitting
ratted.
APC?
I say, because when I say hot dog, the PDP are now reconsidering.
Is it also
PDP are now, no, see,
PDP
are now considering. PDP are now considering this agitation, this position of Umahi. He said since 1999, Atiku has been presidential candidate. Jonathan has been. Obasanjo has been. Yoradua has been. Nobody from Igbo. Is it true? That is what the South, their National Working Committee meeting. Now someone asked that question. Is it true that no Igbo man has been PDP presidential flag bearer? Wike got up and so that is the discussion for another day. But the truth of the matter is that the pressure has gathered momentum.
Okay.
Yes.
Very quickly,
Felix
because we need
Felix
to...
Okafor.
Sir?
You see, it is not something. It's not a laughing matter.
Yes, sir.
Wike Umahi has not been a great loyalist of the PDP.
In your opinion?
He has not actually built a party.
Okay.
He has rather destroyed the structures built by others.
Has Wike built a party?
Look at what happened. He has been a governor. After first term, he jettisoned a lot of things and lowered standards. Right now, the party is in disarray because of his governorship. He appropriated a lot of things to himself, including making his brother the zonal vice chairman, the zonal chairman of PDP.
And they have all resigned.
Is that not? No. The party hierarchy saw wisdom in trying to say, okay, let's remove all these things. People are supposed to grow politically. People are supposed to grow in business. People are supposed to grow in academics like Professor Kenwa, and so on and so forth. But Wike Umahi has not actually allowed people to grow in PDP. Because imagine someone who will bring somebody who was a former member of the National Assembly, you make him a technical assistant and place him on a salary of 50,000. Is it fair? No. Some of them rejected it, and then you have a kind of this, and begin to ask politicians stupid questions to apply for jobs they won't like to take. Is that not insult? Someone who worked there now to make you win governorship, and you begin to ask him to write an application. Did you write an application to become what you are in APC? So it is a kind of good riddance to bad rubbish.
Well, we have
Alex,
to just...
out of the governors of the Southeast, who is the best performing governor in terms of infrastructural
what I'm saying is this.
display?
You cannot begin to talk about PDP.
Well, gentlemen,
but because
PDP governors in the Southeast,
they have not done enough for the party.
Of all the PDP governors in the Southeast, who is the best performing governor?
Gentlemen,
answer that question.
Gentlemen,
yes,
we are not here to do the tour of Southeast states.
No, I want to reply this Wike loyalist.
Just let's get it straight. And our discussion this morning is not centered. We are not putting the character and personality of Wike or Umahi on trial. We are analyzing the issues from what they have done, so we'll get it straight. And remember, of course, that the opinions shared by guests and callers on this program are entirely theirs and not that of Dream 925 FM. We'll open the phone lines now as we continue our discussions on Wike vs Umahi, the political rhetorics or reality. You can call us on 0902002095 or you can send us a message on social media using the hashtag Political Voices. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
What's your name and location?
My name is Marcel Emechi. I'm calling you from Okwabenimbo.
Marcel, try and keep it short, please.
Okay, I just want to say the crisis we find ourselves currently, because for me, I call it a crisis, whereby somebody is the governor, somebody who has been there. He left and he told us that the PDP have never been fair to South. Personally, I think PDP have been fair to him as a person. PDP has been fair to Umahi as an individual because he benefited immensely from that political party. for him as a politician speaking for the whole South Easterners, for me, I don't take it because I think he just telling us what we are not seeing anywhere. But if he are telling us he has been developing the Ebonyi state, I think we can agree to that. He has been trying. Not to tell us that PDP have not been fair to the South Easterners.
All
for
right.
me, I disagree with that. He benefited immensely.
Your opinion versus his opinion. So both of you are right. On Facebook, 925 Dream FM, Ugwain Valentine from Nsoka says, Umahi's defection to APC did not come to me as a surprise because he has been nursing this ambition years ago. His exit from the PDP will never in any way affect the party because even in 2019 general election, he told Ebonyi people openly to support APC in presidential election, and it happened. If Umahi is not careful, he may be impeached as the governor, except if he gets majority in the State House of Assembly to defect to APC, because right now all the 3 senators and 5 House of Representatives members are still in the PDP. For me, Umahi, okay, that's not. Omagad Namani says, good morning, Alex, and the guest in the studio. Governor Umahi's defection to APC is mainly for his own personal interest. Hence, no wide consultation was made before he took such a decision. The reason surrounding his defection is not cogent. Hence, the party has done a lot for him. His uproar with Wike is not necessary because politics is all about interests. Let's go back to the phone line 0902 0020 925. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name and location?
I am greeting the people with you in the studio.
What's your name and location, sir?
I am calling from Ogidi, Anambra State.
Name is, and your name is?
My name is Chibo.
Go ahead and make your contribution, Chibo.
What Umahi did, or what he says, he has no reason of defecting from defecting to APC, because PDP was the people that made him what he is today. So whatever he wants to do, he is on his own. So whatever he thinks he's doing, he should channel it very well by telling people what he wanted to do.
Well, I'm sure it is also within Governor Umahi's right to defect or remain. It's within his rights to do all that. And on Facebook, 925 Dream FM, Gained Comrade Christopher Keke says, I think Umahi leaving the PDP is his own personal choice and not of the Igbos. He's desperate to become the president based on his own personal and his own interest. All right. And that Odinkwa Rex says that the defection of Umahi to APC, he says a game of personal interest that played out. He says, my take remains that it's just a game of personal interest that played out in the defection of Umahi to APC. But one fact remains that any Igbo man that is thinking or nurturing the thoughts that the Northern Caliphate will willingly hand over presidency to the Southeast, such a fellow is a big-time dreamer. All right. Well, this will not be a day to discuss that. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
What's your name and location?
This is Mr. Said. I'm calling you from Edo State.
You're welcome.
Yes, I want to say that if Umahi says that this is not fair to Southeast, he should tell us when the presidency came to the South and Aniboma did not contest. It was only in 1999 that Obasanjo took presidency. Since that time, when Jonathan became president, there was no time that the South was allowed to participate in the presidency. So what is Umahi talking about PDP is unfair to them? It is totally wrong. If the president was known to the South as he can 2 times or 3 times and the South did not get it, that is when he made the complaint. It does not make any sense to say that is the reason why he's testing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Remember, Umahi has a right to his opinion, and just like you shared yours on Twitter, 925 Dream FM, Dream 925 FM. That emo boy at Goodnade who says Wike is indeed, oh dear, such words. You have to, if you want us to read your comments, you have to write like you want us to read those comments on radio, because if you don't use the right language, I will not read it. And on Facebook, Chooks Oche says, "Good morning, Alex. This is Mr. Don Kester from Asaba. Let me remind Southeasterners not to fall into the trap set by APC. Who else noticed yesterday during the defection ceremony that no leader from the Southwest, no governor from the Southwest, no political leader from the Southwest was there? Isn't that a pointer to what is to come in the days ahead? Ndi will be wise." That's what he said. And King Shaw Nana says, "Good morning, Dream FM. My name is Jude Nworoke. My own view is that Dave Umahi's defection will bring a lot of good things to the people of the Southeast. This may cause APC and PDP to zone 2023 presidency ticket."
Hello, Alex. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, Chima Okoraf is calling from Umunoji.
You're welcome, Chima.
Yeah, Ebubago, I don't have to be combative this morning because my mind is there and can never be defeated.
I'm happy you remember that you're usually combative.
Yes. Chima has been a stakeholder, a party man since 1999, and then a grandfather. You see, the politics of Nigeria, some of us sometimes we make mistakes. We should be careful how things do happen. You see, let's remember two things here. Dave Umahi is the chairman of Southeast Governors Forum. 2, the Ohaneze Ndigbo election is coming up either by January. A new executive will emerge. Now remember PDP from 5 states in the Southeast to 4, from 4 now to 2. Now APC is making an inward. Look at the person of Dave Umahi, the best performing governor in entire Southeast and even in entire country. Dave is super dead. That people are saying that he has no relevance. Well, Dave needed nobody to defect with him, but time will tell. Here in Abia North is the soul of PDP in Abia. But look at what is going on in Abia North today. The only federal what do you call it in Abia North? The federal House of Rep member from PDP is not defecting. Remember, representing Arochukwu of the federal constituency. Now look at what is going on in Abia North. APC is taking over everywhere. Now who says that APC cannot take over entire Southeast? Remember, Anambra is coming over. Well, if I will take back from where I stop, don't relent.
Chima,
God bless you people.
Chima, thank you. Thank you today.
Word of Chima. Remind everyone, take notice of word of Chima. Super Dave. So when you address Dave Umahi from now, he is going to be addressed as Super Dave.
All right.
Umahi.
All right then. Let's take one more call. One more call.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and location? What's your name and location?
The law at law.
Where are you calling us from, please? All right, call us back 0902002095, and we have messages on our social media handles. You can use the hashtag Political Voices to send it across. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Alex,
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name and location?
Emmanuel Onuchukwu, if you're calling from Nkerefi.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I want to today and last time, the only time I will agree with this APC man in the studio.
Please, his name is Ebubago Kafa, not this APC man.
Exactly.
Yes,
it's Ebubago Kafa. Good morning. I will only agree with you today and last time you came into the studio. I am a PDP member and I must tell you the truth. PDP has been unfair to the people of the Southeast. There is no doubt about that. And Dave Umahi was right in doing what he has done. And I must tell you, there will be a tsunami very soon in the Southeast where the political influence will be defecting to the APC.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. We have Dr. Daze on the line. Good morning to you, madam. Thanks for joining us. Good morning to you.
My name is Odaze. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear, ma.
Thanks a lot. Let me just move around a bit. Tell you what, I'm a PDP card carrying member, original PDP. Since it started, I've not jumped ship yet. But sometimes in politics, we have to open our eyes. Politics is all about what you gain, what you achieve, not personal. This APC government, I must say, here in Delta State, for example, Delta is a PDP state, also, but Mr. President approved our airport, it was upgraded. We have Niger Bridge, it's moving. We have River Niger, it's being dredged. We have the other Moralu, bringing a container straight from Port Harcourt or wherever. So, Onitsha, we have this port, dredged to Baro. We have this Museum. We have airport in Enugu. These things are all there getting my party's regime and government. We didn't do them. What we did was that some notable politicians destroyed the Igbo political culture. We must take cognizance of that. I'm a witness to that. So we can't just hold our hands. If Umahi decides, that's the governor, to go to APC, he let him go there. We can't all sit down in PDP for that. Let him go there. So on one condition, go get what belongs to the Igbo nation. That is my own conviction, not personal. He doesn't need anything personal again. Is there money in it? Well, he wants to be vice president or president. That's his cup of tea. But what is due to the Igbos, now we must begin to get them any which way. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Daza, for your thoughts. We have Balanzaranri, Prince Chukwuemeka Onyeso, on the line. Good morning to you, sir. I'm sure you have a few thoughts about the issue of Wike and Umahi and defections. Tell us your own thoughts on that.
I wait for Igbo nation because eventually hard cattle mentality is beginning to take position everywhere. It was JFK Kennedy who said politics is a jungle between doing the right thing and staying in office. Gentlemen, let's wind back the clock to 1999. PDP was the leading party and had nominated Obasanjo. APC did this convention before PDP and nominated Bunyono. When PDP nominated Obasanjo in response to outcry from Southwest, what did APC do? They went back and had the honor to step down for Falai. Now, this shows that the party that has more influence and power is the one that determines what will happen. To stampede a minority party or opposition party to make a commitment when the government party, which has the so-called incumbency powers which they use to distort elections, has not made any open commitment, is asking the opposition party to commit political suicide. Therefore, then Umahi, who has a right to go anywhere he likes, should give more cogent reason why he's doing what he's doing, rather than giving ultimatum. Gentlemen, ultimatum is a war belligerent activity. When you give an ultimatum, you are ready for war. And he's ready for war against a party which has done so well for him. So please, let us understand this thing. This thing is not for us. It's not happening for us. It is individual ambition, which he has a right to pursue. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Obalazan Prince Chukwuemeka Onyeso. Just to let you know that we are extending this edition of Political Voices till after the news at 10. In this part of the world, that's so we will get into the snoring tempo now. But I see that Ebubago Kafo is raring to say a few things, and it looks like you've won over some fans to your side, even those PDP are now loving you.
Yes.
And so talk to us about, at the end of the day, what is at the center of the discussion is a president of Igbo extraction. Do you think that finally that journey has just started?
The journey has just started. If you, for once, it has started gathering momentum. Only the pessimists that has not bought into this idea. But the truth of the matter is that Igbos deserve presidential ticket from the two political parties. For once, this is the only day I came to this studio I became apolitical. I'm saying let PDP zone the presidency to the southeast, no matter who it will be. Let APC zone to the president to the southeast. That is my position. But the truth of the matter is that where Umahi has given PDP their own cake, they ideated this option of first refusal. He refused him that request. Zone it to Enugu person, zone it to Anambra man, zone it to Abia, zone it to anybody, but zone it to the southeast. It's very clear. But they said no, and he moved. And I tell you that Igbo shall demonstrate their displeasure over Wike by mass defection to APC. They will register their displeasure over Wike. In fact, Wike, many people will defect to APC because of Wike. So now Wike is being hated by PDP. Wike is being hated by APC. Everybody is leaving him. Politically. I'm not saying his character, but he's politically.
I'm sure.
Do you know why? He has been fighting Atiku Abubakar because he wanted to be the presidential in the last convention of PDP. He wanted to be the vice president of Tambuwa. He failed. And Atiku is waiting for him with his political foot soldiers. And they will deal a political deadly blow to Wike that he will fall. And will never rise politically.
Just hold your thoughts. We will return after the news in 90 seconds.
So let us first of all. Bear this pain. You must bear this pain now. Bear this pain.
You will get to respond.
Yes. Swallow the pain. Take it. Take the bitter pill. Swallow it.
Just 30 seconds, please. 30 seconds.
Personal opinion. The defection is personal. And whatever you're talking about is equally personal. You air your own personal opinion and think that you are talking for APC. It has not always been like that.
I know it pains you so much.
You cannot reject a suit because you do not eat the head of
when we come back.
When we come back, we will continue the discussion. The temperature here is rising despite having two split unit ACs in the studio. My name is Alex Ogbodo. We'll return after the news. Stay with us.
Listen, I am telling you that
I don't agree.
Politics. Where is good governance?
Everyone is a political animal.
I don't like politics.
But I love political voices.
Political Voices exclusively on Dream FM, 9 o'clock in the morning, Monday to Friday.
Good morning and welcome back to Political Voices on 92.5 Enugu's Dream FM. This morning, as we continue on our discussions on Wike Vs Umahi, the political rhetorics or reality. And we are starting that conversation with Dr. Des Naja. As we have come into the second part of the discussion, I'm sure you were taking on Abubago Kafo on him dropping his opinion as if it was the opinion of everyone. I just wanted to recap what you were saying before. Yes, it's on, please. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Yeah, that is what we are talking about. That we don't begin to force people to accept personal opinions. We cannot in this studio accept Bago Kafo's opinion. The listener should not accept his opinion. Just like his.
Well, you leave the listener out of it. The listener will decide
what
to accept.
What I'm saying is this. That is why his subject, that is Mwezuma, is asking Igbo to accept him as their representative. That will not work. What we're talking about is let there be reason for whatever you are going to do. I was trying to give you a proverb. You cannot actually reject a soup because you have not eaten the head of the stockfish. You have eaten other parts. That we've not had the presidency. Does not mean that the PDP has not been fair to Igbos. Right now, what appointment do we have in APC? Minister of Labour, Minister of Science and Technology, a foreign affairs minister that doesn't even know his political world. Is that what you want? Even a Bago Kafo is complaining about that.
Say that.
Because that's from his own constituency. He's complaining about that.
You are now my spokesperson.
So what we're talking about is this. We've had it under PDP. We headed the central bank, we headed the police, we headed the army.
Aviation.
We headed aviation, quite all right. And we headed so many of that. We produced the president of the Senate, the deputy president of the Senate, and so on and so forth. And that shows you that there is even we made Wezuma governor. That's PDP. If we had not been governor under PDP, he would have had the clout to jump to another party as a businessman. He's a businessman, an engineer for that matter. I respect him. But you don't try to cover my eyes and say something and include me in that speech.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Professor Nnamdi Okenwa, the discussion is changing, but at the end of the day, the people cannot be fooled in this, isn't it? There must be a way for the people to dissect between the truth, half-truths, and pure lies. And how do you think they can do that?
I would rather say that we are not very fair in this program we have this morning on the minds of the people, because we have come too emotional. So emotional that we are dealing with issues about persons, assessing persons, but we've come to take on the issue arising out of an action. We've gone outside it, which is not right. Nobody wants to see whether you are from APC or PDP. That's not the issue. We are guiding the masses as to proper assessment of what has happened. What do you think? What might be the outcome of this? And this we have not done very well. Somebody has defected to another party and made his comments. Another person has rejected has felt terrible about and also aired his opinions. The question is, what do we now feel about it? What will be the outcome? Perhaps somebody is thinking about the prospect of the Igbos or the Southeast catching the presidency by 2023. Others are saying that if everybody moves into one party, that will not be fair. But at this point, we're saying that, look, there's not said sometime, this is time for us to put heads together, begin to work out what will be the gains of this action. What are we gaining or losing from this? The fight between these elephants will not benefit us anything. So I see what I see is this. This defection to the APC is an action. And Dave Umahi has his own reasons for doing that.
Yes.
Maybe we are not sufficiently aware of why he's doing it. Right? Both of them know what we don't know. There are things they know we don't know. So they have reasons for reacting the way they are reacting. But we'll get to know it in a short while. We'll get to know. And then perhaps we'll be thinking differently.
All right.
We'll stop fighting over what is not.
Okay. Bubago Kafo.
Yes.
Just like Professor Nnamdi Okenwa mentioned.
Yes.
Those things they know that we don't know.
Yes.
Could that be the reason for this whole situation to look like the stakes are higher than they look?
Those things that Dave Umahi knew and we don't know are some of the reasons some people are reacting the way they are reacting. But still, the truth of the matter is that Okenwa said that it was because of the action of Dave. It's not action. If Dave Umahi had reacted, if somebody from the Southeast had even said something or challenged it, I wouldn't have bothered myself. But for Wike, in law, there is what they call voluntary non-cause injuria.
Oh dear.
If any harm happens to the Southeast, Wike will not suffer any harm. He will not suffer any disadvantage. He will rather gain. And if anything miraculously happens to the Southeast, Wike will never be happy about it. So there is no reason for him to begin to comment on what happens in the Southeast. He should get out of it because he has on his own said that he's not from the Southeast. We'll give that to him. And he cannot come to the Southeast to look for anything.
But he said he's from River State. I don't know why we keep hearing this and that.
Yes. So let's proceed. So the truth of the matter, there are so many other things. Apart from the fact that PDP is not ready to zone the presidency to the South. But the truth of the matter,
they haven't said that. They haven't made that known.
I am saying my opinion. They have never.
No, just
they
to
can never.
Just to set the record straight.
None
of the two parties have announced.
My worry is the avalanche of attack. Whenever I want to.
No, there is no attack.
You see, the truth of the matter is that here, as we are, I tell you and I can guarantee you, Wike Umahi had discussed in-depthly with some of the core leaders of PDP, both from the Southwest, both from the Northeast, not from the North Central. And he understood their plan for Igbos, that the plan of PDP is not for good, but for evil. He decided to cry aloud, zone this thing to us. Okay, there is a wonderful opportunity for PDP to revert their action and zone the presidency to the Southeast. That will settle the matter. Can somebody, like somebody rightly said, that there is nobody from the Southwest who has come. Yet they will not come. because they want the Southeast to make mistake. The Southwest will always take advantage of the mistake of the Southeast in every political space. So they are watching. Will they be wise? Will they be wise? So if the South will be wise and come into APC, the Southwest will lower down. But if not, they will come in. So the truth of the matter, the presidency will not remain in the North again. It will come down to the South. But which are part of the Southern Nigeria? I thought that what will be a discussion in this studio is, we have Igbos in Benue, we have Igbos in Edo State, we have Igbos in Delta, we have Igbos in Bayelsa, we have Igbos in River State. Anybody coming as an Igbo presidential candidate, that should be a discussion. But the truth of the matter is that the pressure, when Nadeko was on pressure about the presidency, everybody in the Southwest in Nigeria was pressurizing for them. Now the North are pressurizing that the presidency should come to the Southeast, and the Southeast governor moved in. A South governor became against it. The truth of the matter is that there are more wise governors of the Southeast. What is East? When Jesus Christ was born, it was the three wise men from the East that saw the star going. So what is the star? That's APC. And Wike Vs Umahi has seen it. That's why, and he's going to lead 3 more other wise governors.
That's why we'll go to the phone lines. Everybody go careful. Let's take a few calls. We will come back. You will get to respond. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, then. Call us on the phone lines 0902002095, or you can send your message to our social media handles using the hashtag Political Voices. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, then. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name and location?
Yes, before I introduce my name, I would like to smile before.
Please, we don't have all the time. Can you tell us your name, please?
My brother, today once again, I follow my brother who commented that...
You will tell us your name, please. What's your name?
APC presenter in your studio today. I will follow him to support them today. They are making a point. That is the truth. I am not politician, I'm not PDP, and I'm not APC. But those APC candidates there, they are saying the truth. Yes, Dave Umahi is a sharp striker. It is a sharp striker. What he did is good thing. Let me tell my brothers, PDP are not there for your good. They are there playing, all of them are there for their own interest. Their family interest, not for your interest. For instance, he said that they are playing, they are there for your interest. What and see person they are going to use as their presidential candidate. It's not from Igbo. It will be from Northern or Yoruba.
I'm sure you will remember to tell us your name.
PDP are not fair to Igbos. If they are fair, what makes them not produce electoral process before when they are on regime? Now they are beating around the bush saying that they want to fight for Igbos. I'm not saying everybody should go to APC, but Dave Umahi is a sharp striker. What we lead in somebody is what? Profile. It's the best in Southeast.
I think you've made your point. Thank you.
Dave Umahi. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bless all of you. Yes.
Thank you. All right, then. Let's hear from Dr. Desna. You wanted to make a response, but at the end of the day, do you think that this presents an opportunity for the Southeast and Ndibo in general to really have a sharper focus on the presidency than they had before?
I agree.
This is being apolitical about it.
It's actually the time for that. And there is an ample time because the elections will just be, the elections will come up, the primaries will come up about 2 years from now. That's 24 months. And then the elections will come up about 26 months. Fine. If they begin to say, okay, one of us has raised an alarm, let us follow that alarm and begin to come together. And then you begin to talk about asking individuals to begin to contest. This is power. You don't go and begin to ask somebody to give you power. You fight for it. It is just like the presence of God. It is taken by violence, and those who take it suffer by, that's what the Bible is talking about. Us, you get the face of God by kind of violence, violent emotions and so on and so, showing you that you love God and they are going to do His will. Let somebody come out from the Southeast and believe and convince us to believe that he is a predation material. And then there will be kind of in-house cleaning among the Igbos. So say, okay, let's get it. You recall that in 2019, we had one of the best candidates acclaimed all over the world. That's Kingsley Morgan, but he was not voted for. And then we were all complaining about the deficiencies of Muhammadu Buhari, but we voted for him, including Urban people. For the first time, a presidency of northern extraction, a presidential candidate of northern extraction got over 30% in a state in the southeast. That's because they wanted it to be that way. That has not been our character. Our character should be to say, let's do it. Bagu quoted what happened in the southwest in the past. Fine, it was a collective decision. But let him tell us, Dave Umahi's involvement in trying to encourage pro-Igbo resistance groups. That has been negative. But because all these things are expressions that win the presidency. The North, in the Southwest, floated OPC to protest against the handling of the Abiola issue. They got the presidency. The South spoke about resource control. They got the presidency in Goodluck Jonathan. The North floated Boko Haram. That was their own reaction to that. And now they have the party. If you begin to study what happened in all those flanks, but we don't have that kind of thing. A governor of Igbo extraction will begin to dismantle structures put up by Igbo resistance groups, and then he'll begin to talk about speaking for the Igbo. That is not correct. So we should show our interest in the presidency. We should begin to show our interest in Igbo affairs. In Igbo affairs, in Igbo comfort, in Igbo security. So that's what we want. And it's time is ripe for it right now. It is not a question of somebody coming out to claim responsibility personally. Right. Okay. We should all claim responsibility collectively.
All right, gentlemen, this is where we will end it. Thank you so much, Dr.
So you will not allow me to react to Desna? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
It's not a reaction program today. Dr. Desna, versatile pundit and former head political advisory and consultant, Neighbor to Neighbor Nigeria, and Professor Nnamdi Okenwa of Mass Communication, Coal City University, Enugu. Thank you for being here too. And Ebubago Felix Okafor, State Coordinator, APC National Coalition for Peace and Mobilization. Thank you as always. And that's what it is. Thank you so much for being part of the program this morning. Political Voices will adjourn until Monday and then next week, same time. My name is Alex Ogbodo. Special thanks to Lotando Kereke, my production assistant, and Okeodogu, my producer. Good morning.
Listen, I am telling you that
I don't agree.
Politics. Where is good governance?
Everyone is a political animal.
I don't like politics.
But I love Political Voices.
Political Voices exclusively on Dream FM, 9 o'clock in the morning, Monday to Friday.